Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you'd like to see how I did this look, feel free to continue watching. I used Pat McGrath's Labs Subversive palette. Oh, was it Subversive? No, it wasn't Subversive. It was the other one. Was the other one? Yeah. Subversive palette. I used 3 colours in there. This one, and this. Oh, 4. These 4 that I use. I was testing it out and it is lovely. It is really good palette. It's beautiful. It's very buttery, and yeah, I love it. It is a lovely palette, and it's her most affordable palette. I bought this for, I think it was about £20 roughly, which is about $26. So yeah, I would really and it was on sale as well. No, what am I talking about? It was £13, so I bought 2, so it's £26 altogether, which is roughly about, let's say, about $30. So yeah, if you guys want to get some Pat McGrath products at an affordable price, this is your one. This is the way to go. I got 2. I got her Subversive palette and her Sublime. Oops. Sublime palette. I think that's what they're called, you know. Yeah. If not, I'll put them in the description box. But yeah, I was also reviewing the Makeup Revolution CC Perfection pressed powder. I think you'll see everything in the video, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I found my dupe for my mineralized skin finish by MAC. I'm not gonna lie to you, I think it does the job very well. I mean, I've had it on for now 4 hours, 5 hours, and even it's not even that, it's just how it goes on. The texture, it's nice and light, it's not chalky. It's I used golden, what did I use? I used golden on this side, and then I used the dark. I used the dark on the the deep on this side, just to see the comparison. You can't really see a difference, to be honest. You can't really see much of a difference, but it has stayed in place. I also used the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist because I'd seen a lot of reviews on it. I thought I want to review it as well. It's all nice and dandy. It's all great. It's all fantastic. I don't know what's going on in this world. I'm sure you guys by now have known, or not have known, but heard about the absolutely heartless killing of the brown man in America called George Floyd by the hands of a policeman who really is meant to be protecting society. However, we've heard time and time before of these injustices where policemen have completely, or the police have completely manhandled, mistreated and killing, slaying our brown kings. For what reason? This sheer evilness is, I don't really want to go into it too much because I will get emotional, but it's just knowing that, fine, initially we don't know the full story. I don't even care what the full story is. He didn't look like he was resisting arrest. 4 human beings were lying on this one man. Fine, okay. Then one of them decides to put his knee on his neck. Okay, even if he was first of all resisting arrest, which he wasn't, yeah, you've put your knee on his neck. He's told you numerous occasions, he's told you he can't breathe. He's even referred to you as sir, I can't breathe. Oh, I don't want to get all emotional because I will. It's just so painful to know how mistreated brown people have been, and it's a continual, institutionalized, systematic oppression of brown people. And what's annoying me to a certain extent is the fact that I feel like in some ways we're seeking some legitimization of our mistreatment through wanting to hear beige people say that they're sorry or they're if they condemn it. Whether they condemn it or not, it shouldn't be happening, and I still feel like it's still asking them as the sovereign race for acknowledgement. The whole point is it shouldn't be happening, and it has to stop, and it needs to stop. And I pray that this is the turning point that we've been seeking for not even decades, for hundreds of years, and it's just been a really, really painful week for brown people, and I'm happy with all the uprising, all the demonstrations, all the protests. Looting comes a part and parcel of it. I don't even want to talk on that. It's not my business. At the end of the day, if there was no type of if it hadn't happened in the first place, looting wouldn't have been part of whatever. People feel to express their anger. No one has a right to now tell you, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. What about the policemen doing what they do? I keep on saying policemen, like, what about the police? What about the system? What about the system that we live in that oppresses, has an intrinsic way of oppressing brown people? And it's just painful. It's just painful. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm happy that it looks like things might be turning for the better. I don't need no clapping of hands. Apparently they're going to be clapping of hands like the NHS. Clapping for hands for what? To tell me that I'm brown. Well done, yeah, well done, you're brown. Wow, yeah, you're brown. Yeah, you've done well. You've done. No, we need a change. We need a change, and we need it to be a systematic change in the way that we are viewed, in the way we're treated, in the way we're responded to, in so many things. Like, there's so much things that it's been disregarded for so long, when it's been brought up that there's an abundance of mistreatment when it comes to brown people, and it's just been swept under the carpet, or it's just been referred to as, oh, why are you bringing out the race card? And it's just so much. It's just so much. And I'm just having 2 kids of the brown hue. I have to ensure that I'm instilling in my children that they're the most beautifulest of species. They're beautiful. They would have been beautiful however they looked. That's the whole point. We are all beautiful. We are all worthy in our skin. We are all worthy in our skin, but it hasn't been that way for so long, and it has to change. It has to change. It has to change. No longer can people just be black people just getting killed because of the skin they're in. Why? And there's been so many comparisons as to when it's a white person and there's a brown person in the same situation. How they're treated is so different. One is treated like they're terrorists or like animals, worthless animals, and the other, some of them, listen, from when someone's killed 9 black people and they're taken to a fast food restaurant or something like that before they're even taken to the to jail, there's something wrong. Or given refreshments, whereby people are getting killed for nothing. What's even more painful, he was being reprimanded, not even reprimanded, that's the wrong word, he was being withheld because they were saying, I don't know who called the police on him, how that all panned out, that he was using a bad check, and it turned out to be legitimate. So even that, he died for nothing, with a knee in his neck. Oh, it's painful. I'm raising a strong king and a strong queen, and I have to keep on just instilling in them that they are worthy. And it's so painful that I've even had to have this conversation with my daughter. She's been angry. My daughter's been angry, an anger that I haven't seen in her ever. And it's no wonder we as brown people are, I don't want to say intrinsically angry, because that's the wrong thing to say, because we're not all intrinsically angry. We're not intrinsically angry. We're passionate in the way we actually express ourselves. But the thing is, it's never been acknowledged, the treatment that our ancestors have had over 400 or 500 years. And when you see that, and you see the injustice that, oh, Charlie, guys, let me just leave it there. Like I said, if you want to continue watching to see how I did this look, feel free to. I do still have my online classes, and also I've started to do my tutorials. I've started to do videos in my native language of Tree. I'm originally from Ghana. I was born in the UK, and I have to stress the fact that I was born in the UK, because my Tree, I have been told, I was advised to actually start doing my tutorials in tree because my tree is very unique, shall I say. I think I'm talking the most authentic tree. When I'm talking it, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm saying something. But when a real authentic Ghanaian is next to me, apparently it's not the case. And it is quite endearing. So I thought I'm going to do it in tree so that my native brothers and sisters can see what I can offer in terms of how I do my makeup. If it makes you smile a little bit, why not? I'm happy to be the results, or not the result, the something of your smile. Yeah, the result of your smile. Is it the result? Or the reason for your smile, shall I say, because we really need it. If you have any constructive criticism in regards to any of my videos, even my tree videos, feel free to let me know. We're all here to learn from each other. I'm really sorry it's not been the most, you know, it's just been a really, really dark few weeks, or week, should I say. It happened it's Wednesday now, and it happened last Monday. So yeah, yeah, also I just cut my hair, literally. If you want to see the tutorial for that, I'm going to be editing that as well. So yeah, I cut all my hair off, so I literally don't have to style it. I did style it just a little bit today with a bit of edges or whatever, but I really don't have to. I really don't have to. So yeah, guys, I'm going to leave you. I've been talking for so much. For so long, but there was a lot to talk about. There is still corona going on, and I think we don't need to lose sight of that as well. And there's a lot of conspiracies in regards to, you know, what is going on with corona. It seems like we were in such danger, and then all of a sudden, like, it's not even spoken about in terms of the death tolls and stuff like that. It's just, but I would just advise people to just stay safe, be wise, and love each other, guys. Yeah, so see you in my next video. Take care. Bye. Hi guys, sorry for the long intro. I just had a lot on my mind, and obviously with this epidemic and pandemic and everything else going on, and these police brutality, etc., I just had a lot to say, so really sorry about that. But anywho, first I started off with my Unbranded matte, and then I used a Burgandy brow pencil because obviously I've dyed my hair burgundy. Then I carved out my brows with my Juvia's Place concealer in J9. And yeah, that's what I'm doing, just covering and covering and covering, as you can see. And then I went in with the front, I went in at the front and the back with my Burberry's, I think it's in dark brown because that's the colour I use for my foundation, so I think that's the same one that I use. And then obviously I blended everything out, make sure it was nice and clean, and I saw that I'd gone over my brows with a little bit of concealer, so I just corrected it. And I thinned out the front by putting a bit of the brush that I was using. Then I used my concealer to prime my eyes, and then initially I went in with Juvia's Place the Berries palette as my one of my transitional colors, I'd say, because I wanted it quite intense. And yeah, I just pressed it in place first to ensure that's where I wanted it to go, and then I started to blend it out. So blend out the harsh edges. Then I went in with the Festival palette, the red in the Festival palette, for my second transitional color, and I just blended both of them together as best as I could, and then I blended it out with a clean brush. And then I used the Pat McGrath Subversive palette, I think it's called, yes it is, and it was delicious. Oh my gosh, it goes on like butter, and it's so pigmented, and it's so, oh, it's lovely. It's such a lovely palette, lovely colors. And I went in with the darker purple in that, after that, should I say. Then I blended the two together, and I thought, no, I want more dimension. So what I then did is I'm just blending everything together. All the colours that are already on my lids, I blended it all together. Then I wanted a bit of a shimmer, a bit of a purple shimmer. So then I used my hands to actually use the purple in the same palette. So here I'm just putting it into place and then blending them both, well, blending it with the dark purple and then with the blue, as you can say. And then for my tear ducts, I wanted to use that delicious gold. That gold is like, it's very, I forgot the word, but it's like the, it's a wife beater, Fenty highlighter wife beater. It's more or less the same color, to be honest. So yeah, I used that. And then I wanted to do more of a, not elaborated, well, more or less, yeah, an elaborated eyeliner. So I used my matte liquid liner from NYX or NYX. And here you can just see me cleaning it up a little bit to make it a bit sharper. And then I went in with my concealer, which I think I used my Juvia's Place concealer. The one that I cleaned my brows with, and I used to prime my lids as well. And I'm just pressing everything into place with my foundation brush from Juvia's Place as well. I never say what brushes I'm using. In the comments description, let me know if that's something you guys want. If you want me to be saying the brushes that I use, I'm more than happy to do that. That's a Juvia's Place foundation brush there anyway. I can't remember what set it was from, but yeah, I've got the whole set. Then, like I said, I used my Burberry's, this one was their not hydrating, what do you call it? Not matte. I forgot what it's called, the dewy foundation, basically. Forgot what it's called now, but I'll put it in the description box. Basically, it wasn't mattifying as most of my foundations are. But yeah, that's because I was going to be using my Morphe mist spray. And so I knew that would set everything in place how I wanted it. So yeah. So yeah, I'm just setting everything in place. I go up. Well, I basically cover my whole face with my foundation as well. Not as much around the highlighted areas, of course. Then I also bought Makeup Revolution's contour palette. And I thought, let me just try it out. And it was alright. I don't like a dark contour. So I used something that was close to my colour or close to my shade. Because I've already put a highlighting shade on my nose, there's no point in putting a much darker. It would be too much of a contrast. So yeah, that's why I don't do too much of a contour, too darker a shade, should I say. Yeah, and I'm just blending everything into place. As you can see, I'm just blending and blending and blending as per usual. Then I think I went over everything again with my foundation brush, just to make sure everything was level, more or less, shall we say. I think I did anyway. Let's see. Do I do that? Yes, I did that. That is what I done, to blend everything in place, basically. Yeah. So after that, I then went in with my Laura Mercier setting powder, loose powder, should I say, in translucent, sorry. So I just pressed that under my highlighting, where I'd highlighted already, up my nose, under my nose, and then I set my contour. Initially I set it with my MAC NW48 foundation powder because it's nearly run out. I just wanted to finish it, to be honest. So yeah, I set it with that today. And then I think I've told you guys that I've started to enjoy doing my brows after, but I haven't mastered not doing anything with my brows in the beginning and then doing it. So I still have to do it a little bit in the beginning and then, you know, go over what I've done to make it a bit sharper. And then as per usual, I cut my cheekbones or my jawline, whatever you want to say it. And that's what I'm doing. And then here is my review on the Makeup Revolution's CC powder, which is my new powder. It was a bit hard to open, but it was nice. It's nice. It's nice rigidity, texture to it. It's very, very light to use. It is really like my mineralized skin finish by MAC. I can't even lie. And like I said, it really, really did. Just look at it. It's just so creamy, and it just goes on so nicely, and it's very light, and it's not chalky like my other colors. So I decided to compare. So I used the dark on my left side, and then I used the golden on the right. And to be honest, you couldn't really see much of a difference. Sorry, you really couldn't. It really just looked more or less the same, but I liked it. And then I used the rich dark for my contour. I went over my contour again just to see how it will look, how it feels, and you know, ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. And I must say, like I said, once my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powders are finished, that is it for me. This is my new setting powder because it is really good. I really enjoyed using it. So yeah. Then I went in with Bella blusher by Juvia's Place. I wanted a bit of an orangey glow, just to warm up my face a little bit. And yeah, I just loved it. I'm not gonna lie. And then I thought, let me use my Continuous setting spray by setting mist by Morphe Palettes, and that was delicious as well. Let me not lie to you, it smells really nice. Then I went in with the other palette of Pat McGrath. I can't remember what it's called, but I used the 3 different types of golds as my highlighter, and I loved it. Again, I really did enjoy it. It goes on nicely. It's nice and creamy. I went over my brow bone with it as well, and then I realized I'd taken some of my transitional color off, so I put a bit more of that on. And as per usual, I always blend everything back in by using my foundation powder brush. So that's what I've done. And on my nose, I'm going to do the same thing. I set it in place, brush it out, blend it out, and then oh no, I didn't do that time, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Then I used my eyebrow gel by Colourpop in dark brown, just to set my brows in place. Not that they were going anywhere, let me not lie. I found it and I thought, let me use it. That was really why I used it, let me not lie to you. But yeah. And then I had already put on one lash. I thought I'll show you guys how to put on the other lash. And as I said, I've been using this technique for the past month or so, and it's the way to go. It's so easy, man. It is so easy. You see how it just slides on, and obviously you wait a little bit and then you press it all into place, and that's it. And then I used my Inglot 77 gel liner for the outer part of my eyes, because I wanted to make my eyes look a little bit bigger and brighter in the inner corners. I used my Rimmel, I think it's Miraculous Eyes or something like that, I can't remember what it's called, in the inner parts of my eyes, and you can see it just opens it up a little bit. It gives it a bit more dimension. Then I used the purple that I had used from the Berries palette for my lid to smoke out my lower lashes, my lower line, and then I went in with the red as well that I used from the Festival palette. I think it's a Festival palette. I think it is, yeah. Anyway, everything will be in the description box. Then I went over my lashes with my Kat Von D mascara. I used an Unbranded Burgandy lip liner initially to line my lips. And then I used a pink lipstick that is unbranded. It's just really unbranded. Then I used a brush to brush the lips together, the 2 colors together. Then I went in with my Makeup Revolution Unicorn gloss, which is discontinued. I'm gutted about that. And then that was it, guys. That was the finished look. I hope you like what you see. I dyed my hair as well just beforehand, so that video will be out just before this one. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, guys. I forgot to be saying it, but you better like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification button so that you know whenever I've uploaded. I still have my makeup classes online. Feel free to contact me in regards to that. Stay blessed, stay safe, and love each other, guys. And brown lives matter.